I've got to tell you, Heat 2 has got to be near the top of a list of sequels I did not expect coming anytime soon. And man, what a studded cast. It looks like it's going to be fantastic. But it has me thinking about the original, and it has me thinking a lot about what is heat. And, well, on the one hand, it's cool lingo for pressure from the man. Temperature is a great analogy for danger, but on the other hand, it's about passion. The passions, to the classical Greek thinker, are the irrational and the emotional. It isn't logic which is reliable, it's those hot and burning emotions that consume you. Passion and logic are a dichotomy. We see this struggle in our main characters too. Both our hero and our anti-hero are struggling between 1, what they want, and 2, what they should want. So heat in this second instance is an analogy for really intense desires that ultimately control you and can lead to your downfall. And spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, things don't really end well for anyone here, so the question for you is, what do you follow? Your reason or your passions? So what are you chasing? If you're Ryan, who can't be here today, you follow your passions to a warm vacation in Florida. The material goals of the movie are fairly straightforward. Lieutenant Vincent Hanna is a law enforcement agent in pursuit of a group of highly skilled specialists led by Neil McCauley. The criminals want enough money to live easily, and the lieutenant wants to see that they don't. The group is initially successful in escaping the law and landing a big score. Maybe this lifestyle works out. But they come to a decision on whether or not to play a game of double or nothing, gaining a potentially massive score. Sidekick Michael Chirito cannot resist the temptation.
Well, Elaine takes good care of you. You got plenty put away. You got T-bonds, real estate. If I were you, I would be smart. I would cut loose of this.
Well, for me, the action is the juice. I'm in.
Chirito first shows the consequences of not turning down the heat when he has the chance. He is given the chance to live a simple but successful life, and he ultimately rejects it. He's become addicted to this process. He's become addicted to his passions. His death in the following action scene brings an immediate answer to the consequences of living for obsession and thrill, living for the chase. This sets the baseline for the choices the other characters will go on to make. He heard reasonable advice from his friend. The window of escape was still open. He didn't take it. Can they do something different? There's no character who understood the risks better than Neil McCauley. He's Heat's level-headed mastermind. He explains the formula for evading the cops, or Heat, in the movie's most recognizable exchange with him and Pacino's Lieutenant Hanna.
Guy told me one time, don't let yourself get attached to anything you are not willing to walk out on in 30 seconds flat if you feel the heat around the corner.
This is a code. It's based on reason and order. That's good, right? He structures his life perfectly to avoid issues before they arise, so that he never has to face true consequences. He is preaching the values he preaches to Chirito, of learning to get out before it's too late. He doesn't see himself as the type of person who can be consumed by his desires. De Niro's character isn't a family man, and he doesn't like to be held down, but over the course of the movie, he finds himself tangled in a blossoming romance. And then the question he's faced with is...
So then if you spot me coming around that corner, you're just gonna walk out on this woman? Not say goodbye?
That's the discipline.
It seems so easy. You follow the code, you make it out. But the ice-cold calm it takes to live that philosophy out isn't as easy as it seems. McCauley makes a gamble with time. He's on the run with his girl, and he's in the clear. He got out. But then comes this temptation he didn't account for. Waingro, the man who didn't have any code or any rules, his opposite. The opposite of a leader who immediately lost control and has no loyalty, who betrayed his outfit. That's why when he's within reach, he turns around. And he does settle the score, and it does feel good.
Look at me.
But here's the rub. Lieutenant Hanna arrives shortly after, and McCauley sticks to his guns. He sees him around the corner. Here's the moment, right? De Niro's cool-headed character doesn't hesitate. He's gone. But this is the gamble. It doesn't pay out. He's a man out of time. He chose the wrong moment. That's the thing about perfect planning, is that people aren't. He miscalculated once. Discipline and talent can take you far, but given enough time, no one beats the heat. It is not enough to resist the chase and the game. You have to do it before it's too late. For the man between his goal and getting caught, the cat and mouse game goes both ways. The heat is not just some what that chases, but a who. And living a faster life can have faster consequences. Al Pacino's Lieutenant Hannah perfectly foils the cool-hearted criminal Neil McCauley. Where he is even keel and precise, planning out each detail, Pacino is loud and in the light. He's a hothead. He shoots from the hip and uses his instincts instead of planning, a very different sort of reason than McCauley. He allows himself to indulge in the immediate desires and pleasures of life, drinking hard and loving women. While McCauley is in a starting romance, Hannah is in a dying third marriage. This becomes a metaphor for their goals. Robert De Niro's character never realizes his romantic goals, and Pacino's never end up being what he hoped. Lieutenant Hannah's obsession with capturing the fugitives leaves him no better off than they are. Yes, he lives, but what does he have left? His wife leaves him, he loses a daughter, and his goals are unsatisfying. He holds the hand of the dying McCauley, and he finds himself not better than him. Two lives going in opposite directions and bound for the same place, alone. Completely different trajectories, but mirrored in every way that counts. Being on the right team isn't something that makes your decisions good. Whether you're the cop or the con man, how you choose to interact with the people around you is reflected in the quality of your relationships. Both of these men are so consumed with their own visions that they end up isolated and unsatisfied.
I don't know how to do anything else.
Neither do I.
I don't much want to either.
Neither do I.
Each character in Heat loses their love and their life. It's the cost of the lifestyle. There are no winning choices for these characters. They're dominated by adrenaline and instincts. Chirito didn't want to. McCauley thought his rules could save him, and Lieutenant Hannah valued his career prowess over his partner. Only one character chose to cut and run fast enough. Val Kilmer's Chris Shaharless. Chris's fast-paced lifestyle and criminality make his relationship sour and toxic. He's dependent on McCauley's plans because of his financial carelessness, and he has no goals. He lives life as it comes. Somehow, this character flaw protects him when temptation comes. When his girl, his love, the symbol of the hot and fast life he's been living, tells him it's over, unlike the others, he accepts it. He gets out clean. But this comes with a final nail in the coffin for the audience. They've watched this play out repeatedly. No one can have their cake and eat it. Even Chris will enjoy his freedom alone, and so the culminative message of Heat seems to be that the consequences of obsession do not discriminate.
What? That's it? Rich, could you get any colder, man? I'm gone for 5 seconds. This is so depressing.
All right. I'll bring it home. So we can't mistake wanting something for wanting the right thing. These guys all gave up the best and most beautiful things in their lives, their relationships with other people. And hey, everyone loves a good tragedy, from Oedipus Rex to Medea to Faustus to Manchester by the Sea. There is something irresistible and haunting about watching a character who's desperate for something that can't last. So what's the answer? What's Heat's message? Really, it's more of a warning than a true offering for how to live your life. This is from an entire genre of obsession. Nina Sayers in Black Swan and Andrew Neiman in Whiplash are among the best cultural examples right now. Nina's life slowly crumbles in pursuit of her goal. She physically cannot sustain the level of commitment it takes to exist inside her own dreams. This is like Neil McCauley, and it's a reminder of our inability to remain flawless. This point is highlighted in Whiplash, as we see the young and aspiring Neiman corrupt every aspect of his life to become who he envisions himself to be. Like Sergeant Hannah, he allows his goals to blacken and poison his normal life for a moment of victory. This isn't to say that all success or dedication is wrong. More than anything, what matters is not what you're pursuing, but why you do it. Take Miracle, the classic hockey film about the unlikely defeat of the Russian Olympic team by the scrappy young Americans. They too had moments of physical collapse.
Again!
But this breakdown was to teach them about their own insufficiency. The self is something that breaks down and lasts for a moment. But what is more valuable than yourself? What lasts when your passions don't? This film would argue your home.
Who do you play for?
I play for the United States of America.
Or how about your family? How about your rights? Or how about love? The only passion so strong it can extend to others. So the difference seems to be that those things that you become obsessed with, the passions, break you down. And the things that you follow that are good and true and beautiful, they don't, and they last. But hey, that's just what I see. What do you see?